This is a new thing. All of the dogs on this apartment building floor just have a howling party for like an hour. Literally, it's like one dog goes and then they all feel like they have to chime in. I hope you guys are having a good conversation. Alright, so today we are doing a video that I'm very excited about because I feel like this is something that you guys have been asking for a while. We're basically talking all about makeup and glasses. So we're going to be doing a full face look and application, showing you guys some of the products and tips that I found can be helpful, trying on 4 different glass frames and showing you what kind of lip I would pair with them, and then also just addressing the 4 main issues that I found from you guys and by just doing a bunch of research on this topic when it comes to wearing makeup with glasses. As someone who doesn't need to wear glasses for eyesight, I personally like wearing them just for fashion with certain outfits and for fun. But being that I'm not someone who wears glasses on a daily basis, I did my best to do a ton of research on this topic. I didn't want to just come on here and do a makeup tutorial. I asked you guys on Snapchat and Twitter, and I got tons of suggestions and also learned the major struggles from you guys when it comes to wearing glasses. So I'm just going to be addressing all of that. I have tested out this look a couple times. So I want to say thank you to you guys who snapped me and tweeted because I really based this entire video off of what you guys said. So hopefully you can learn some things or find out some products that help you out. So before we jump into the application and tips, this video is in collaboration with GlassesUSA.com. So thank you to them for partnering with me on this video. You guys know I only partner with brands that I recommend and products that I recommend. I turn down 9 out of 10 sponsorships, so I only take on things that I'm excited about and that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to show you guys the 4 different frames I got with the different lipsticks I ended up pairing them with. But if you haven't heard of GlassesUSA.com, they're basically a site where you can find high quality frames. They basically cut out the middlemen so that they can lower the prices. So for the most part, they're pretty affordable. They have some in-house brands that are a little bit cheaper, but they also have designer brands like Ray-Ban and Adidas. So they have a ton of styles. They have over 2,500 styles of sunglasses and eyeglasses. It's a complete pair of glasses. So you get the frame and the lenses. You can choose your prescription, or you can choose no prescription if you're like me and just want to wear it for fun. They have glasses going down to $48, which I feel like is amazing. If you're familiar with shopping for glasses, it can get very expensive very quickly. Something that I thought was super cool and kind of different, and it's just fun. I feel like I'm playing The Sims or something, is using their virtual mirror tool. It's basically where you upload a photo and you can virtually try on the glasses. So if you're not sure how something's going to look on your face, you can try it on online before you even order it. If you do end up ordering it and you don't like it for whatever reason, they have a 14-day, no questions asked return policy, free shipping, free returns, and they also have a 365-day product warranty. So I feel like they have a really good return policy, especially for something like glasses. You never actually know how they're gonna totally look and feel on your face until they're on your face. So if you want to check out GlassesUSA.com, which I recommend because they come in this really cool box. Nice pun. I'm going to leave a link to their site down below along with a special offer coupon code for you guys. So everything you want to know will be down below along with exact links to the actual frames I'm talking about and all of the makeup that's on my face like usual. So I picked out 4 different frames. I kind of tried to do different styles just so you can see how it would look with the makeup look and lipstick options. So this first style is Muse, kind of just basic rectangular glasses, which I love. I feel like I've reached for these ones the most often because they can pretty much be paired with any outfit. Aren't too big or too wide for my face. I feel like these fit really well, and it comes in black, brown, and gray. I got the black ones just to go with everything. These are the glasses I was wearing in the intro, and these are the Amelia E. Maddox style. I have them in black. They also come in purple and red. I feel like red could be really cool with this style, but these are just fun, kind of cat eye, where I don't feel like they're over the top. I feel like they're still wearable because of the thin frame on here. Sometimes with cat eye, if there's a thicker frame, they kind of look like costume glasses, but with these, I feel like they just look classy and kind of Mad Men-esque. By the way, when I do the makeup for these, you'll see me actually put on the lipstick and explain why I chose that color with those frames. So this next style is called Amsterdam, and these kind of remind me of Ray-Bans. They're a little bit funkier. I feel like these ones might be a tiny bit narrow for my face, but I think they can work. I don't think they look super off or anything. I got them in black again because I like black. They also come in tortoise though, and gray as well. So this pair is also called Muse. So they have different Muse styles. The numbers are just different. These ones come in black and gray. I love how big these are. Again, kind of funky, and I feel like with the purple lip, the whole vibe goes together, you know what I'm saying? But I think these ones could also be worn with nude lipstick and just toned down. They feel nice and thick and good quality. So I kind of did the tips and application in one. It's a talk through makeup look. So taken from you guys directly, the 4 main problems that we're going to be addressing are the bridge of the nose and between the eyebrows, having your foundation just totally rub off there and not stay on, get cakey, get weird, cling around there. The second one being that you can't see when you apply your makeup because of your vision. Third issue is that mascara will often transfer to the glasses or your lashes will hit the lashes. the glasses. Also along those lines, you can't wear false lashes because they're either too long or again, they'll hit the glasses. And the fourth issue is dark circles or your under eyes look too dark because of the shadow that is cast underneath your eyes. I'm going to be addressing every single one. So I think something important to acknowledge, and I've experienced this with sunglasses, is that there pretty much isn't some kind of magical product or magical technique that's going to completely erase all of the problems associated with wearing glasses. With that being said, everyone has different face shapes. So glasses are going to look different on you, makeup's going to look different on you, the way they sit on your face and the way they affect the bridge of your nose is going to be different. I have friends who can wear foundation with sunglasses and they take them off and they look totally perfect and you can't even tell that they were wearing glasses. When I do that, it is a hot mess. In the past, I pretty much haven't taken off my sunglasses. If I put them on, they're staying on. But my point being, there's not one magical thing that's going to completely solve all of your problems, but I hope some of the techniques and products help to diminish those issues. And I've tested out this method a couple times now wearing some of the glasses, and I do feel like it has helped. I'm definitely going to be doing some of this stuff next time I wear sunglasses. Now that you've seen the frames and what we're working with, let's move into the actual makeup tutorial. There's something so wrong about drinking coffee after you brush your teeth. Bad taste. All right, so for an all-over face primer, I'm going to choose something with glycerin in it. That's what gives your primer that kind of tacky feel. That's going to help just adhere the foundation to your face. So I have a couple options here, either the e.l.f. Blemish Control Face Primer or the Nivea Post Shave Balm. This blew up on YouTube. I feel like that was a while ago now, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't even know. I'm actually going to use this one today. I don't frequently use this as a face primer, but it does give that really nice tacky kind of feel. The reason why we want that is because I want the foundation to stick to my face, not the glasses. Sometimes your glasses can rub down here on your cheeks as well, which kind of rubs off the foundation. So anything that we can use to help keep the foundation in place is a plus. Smell this is so good. It smells like a dude. So I'm going to be mixing two products for foundation today, but anytime I do use this foundation, the Marc Jacobs Remarcable, I like to use it with the Smashbox primer water. I feel like this combo together is what really makes the Marc Jacobs foundation last on me. If you have the Marc Jacobs and you're not finding it to be super long lasting, try it with the Smashbox primer water. This also adds a bit of luminosity, so if you're going in with a more matte foundation, you like that kind of skin finish, this helps with that as well. Fan it out. Now that we excessively have two primers on my face, I'm going to go in with a third primer. This is one of the things that I came across most often from you guys and also just reading online. And I tried this out for a couple days and it actually really helped with my lines on my nose. I usually get pretty intense sunglass lines, and I'm definitely going to be doing this trick from now on whenever I wear sunglasses as well because it actually helps. Again, part of wearing glasses is that you have something rubbing against your skin, and obviously any kind of rubbing against your face when you're wearing makeup is going to cause some kind of mark on your face. But I do think some of these things can hopefully help decrease the intensity of the marks. Next primer, it's actually the MAC Paint Pot. I have the shade Painterly and Soft Ochre here. Soft Ochre is a bit more yellow toned but lighter, and then Painterly is more of a more cool tone tan color. Another thing you can try is the NYX glitter glue or the Too Faced glitter glue and try putting that on the bridge of your nose. I'm actually going to go in with Painterly because this one is a bit more dried out, and I tried it with Soft Ochre as well, and I actually like it with the more dried out one. I feel like it has a bit more hardness and stick to it, which worked better on my skin. So if you do have a paint pot and you want to use it for this purpose, maybe you could even scoop out some, put it in a little jar, and just let that jar sit out for a couple days and kind of stiff up and harden. So I'm just going to take a really small amount and kind of warm it up between my fingers before I apply it to the bridge of my nose. And you basically want to put this where the glasses are going to sit on the bridge of your nose because that's where you're going to get the most marks. So if they're sliding up and down your nose, you might want to put it in a larger area. So I'm just going to pat this on, and this actually smoothed out my skin so nice and does feel tacky. That's how it's supposed to feel. If you're someone who gets really oily and you find that your glasses kind of slide down, you can try putting on a product that was actually on Shark Tank. I haven't tried it for myself, but a few of you guys on Snapchat recommended it. It's like 10 bucks on Amazon. I'm going to put a little screenshot of it right here, but it's supposed to help with the slip and it has pretty good reviews, so it might be worth checking out. So for a foundation choice, like I said, I'm going to mix in the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation in the shade 10 with another product. This is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream in the shade 510. This one alone is too dark for me, which is why I mix this in. This also doesn't have enough coverage for what I like, but if you like more medium coverage and you have a couple shades darker of a skin tone than I do, you could totally wear this one alone. This is a totally underrated product. It is super long lasting. You don't need to powder it. So I like mixing it in with other foundations to add lasting power. I've heard that Estee Lauder Double Wear can be good for the bridge of your nose. That foundation I personally do not like. I think I'm actually going to do a review on that because I haven't done one yet. You can also do kind of a 2 foundation situation where you use one on the rest of your face and then try a different, just super long lasting one on your nose area or your forehead or anywhere where your glasses are gonna hit. So when I get around the nose area where that product is, I'm not putting a whole lot of foundation or product on top of there. I'm just gonna put minimal product, kind of drag it on top just so it's the same color as the rest of my skin, but you don't want to put a ton of foundation or concealer right there so it doesn't cake up. The way your face is shaped, everyone's glasses are going to hit differently. So for me, I rarely actually hit the center of my forehead. Some people, if your forehead is more pronounced, glasses can rub against your forehead. Whenever you mix in this foundation, it's really nice because you don't have to set your entire face with the powder. Bronzer, blush, and everything are just going to blend on top of it with most foundations you mix in because it just dries to kind of a powder finish. But we are going to be baking certain parts of my face. I will get there in a second. So next up is under eye concealer. Now, I found that it worked best for me when I didn't pull my concealer up too far onto the bridge of the nose. Like I said, I want minimal product there. So I'm basically just going to use concealer to highlight my under eyes and cover up any acne spots that I want more concealed, like this one over here. So one of the other issues with glasses is that they can cause shadows underneath your eyes. So basically making your under eyes look darker than they really are. So in order to counteract that, we're going to do extra highlighting. It's going to look too bright without glasses, but once you put glasses on, it should even it out. So what I'm going to do is use my Complexion Lasting Perfection Concealer. This is one of my favorites, and mix in a tiny bit of the NYX HD Lavender Concealer. This is super brightening. I used to use this to lighten up concealers. If you have a concealer that's too dark for you, even without glasses, and you just want to lighten it, use this product. It's amazing. So I'm going to try not to bring this too far in. Depending on how bright you want your under eyes, you can obviously mix in more of the lavender concealer. And the brush I use to blend out my concealer is the Morphe G38. So if you're someone who can bake wherever and it looks great, more power to you. I am someone who cannot. Baking under my eyes looks horrible. I've tried 20 different powders, I've tried different techniques, and it just doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna set my under eyes with my normal Stargazer powder. Now this also helps to lighten it a little bit since it is a straight up white powder. This isn't translucent. I would say only use this one if you have more of a fair complexion since it is a straight up white powder, but this really helps to brighten my under eyes. Again, I wanna go lighter because with the glasses, the shadow. Next part is going to be baking certain parts of my face. This is really important and something that I felt really helped. So one of the powders that you guys recommended was the NYX Smooth Finish Powder. It's a loose powder that you can get from the drugstore. I actually went to 2 different drugstores in Seattle, could not find it, neither of them carried it. Welcome to Seattle drugstores. So I'm going to be using what I used to test this out, which is the CoverFX Perfect Setting Powder. This isn't their illumination one. This is just their new product. It's just matte. And I'm just going to use a beauty blender to do this step. But if you want a drugstore option, the NYX powder could work. The Coty Airspun powder could also work. So I'm just going to tap out about that much powder to start. And the key with this is you're just going to load it on and we're going to let it sit there for a couple minutes and then dust off the remaining. So I'm basically going to bake the center of my forehead and then right over my nose area where we put the MAC paint pot. This is a dry beauty blender, by the way. Coat this in powder. Don't breathe in because powder is going to get everywhere. Just over powder. It's going to look insane, but we're going to brush off the excess and it'll kind of sink into the skin a bit. Woo, just breathed it in. Do the same on the center of the forehead. So I'm going to let this sit on for a couple minutes, go get some more coffee. If you want to, you could powder the rest of your face right now. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes. Pro tip, don't try and wear a black shirt while you're baking. It will be white. So to fluff off this baking, I'm going to take the Morphe E1 brush. This is a giant brush. You just want to use one that's pretty flimsy, not too stiff, so that you can just fluff it away. This area is feeling very smooth to the touch. One downside to baking with glasses is that since it is a bit more slick, your glasses will slide down a little bit more. It's kind of like a trade-off. Do you want worse marks when you take off your glasses, or do you want them to be sliding down your face a bit more throughout the day? Personally, I would rather not have as deep of marks on my face. Now we're going to move on to brows. Where are my brow products? They're there. Brows are something that I feel like are super important with glasses and without because they help shape your face and kind of frame it. I personally feel like with glasses, since they are so kind of structured on your face, you need something to balance out that structure. It's also one of the few features on your face that you can typically see over glasses, especially if you're wearing more of like a reading glass style. If you have on big frames, obviously they're going to cover your brows a bit more. But for the frames that I've been wearing, especially like the rectangular ones, brows really help to make everything else come together. Some people's brows sit higher than others, so you'll just have to play around with your frames and what works with your face shape and everything. Lately, I've been going out with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4, and then I'll use some kind of brow gel, either the ULTA Brow Gel or Benefit Gimme Brow. I do like to add a bit more on the top just to give a bit more shape and to make sure that my brows are being seen over my glasses. Before we do eyes, I usually like to do the rest of my face makeup, so that is what we are going to do. I might as well show you guys, even though this isn't super different to what you would do without glasses. I'm going to start out with contouring. The great thing about glasses is that you can still see the side of your face. So I'm going to contour like I normally would. I'm using the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster, this middle shade right here. This is awesome if you have more fair skin. Since I'm not going to do a super dramatic eyeshadow look, which I'll get to in a second, I want more pronounced cheekbones. This product I feel like I always talk about. This is the Hourglass Ambient Luminous Bronze Light. This is the Sigma F15 brush. It's awesome with this bronzer since I do want kind of just a sweep of the product just to add some warmth into my skin. For blush, I'm going to use the Max Factor blush in the shade Nude Mauve. I've been loving this. I got this in London, but if you're in the US, you can get it on Amazon. It's awesome. It's just a very neutral kind of pinky tone that looks good with literally any lipstick color, any makeup look. So I'm just going to apply this to the apples of my cheeks. For highlight, I want to use something that's really intense that we're still going to see underneath the frames. Some of you guys said that you had issues with your highlight coming off, and I would say try and just put a good setting spray on top of it. We're going to set my entire face right now, but maybe even concentrate some of the setting spray or spray your brush with setting spray before you go in with the highlight. I'm gonna use the Jcat U Glow Girl highlight in the shade Bella Rose. This is amazing. I've been in love with this thing. Sigma F03 brush. So beautiful. Gives you that kind of wet highlight look. Doesn't look glittery or textured. Also gonna apply this to my Cupid's bow and the tip of my nose. I always like to set my face before I put on eyeshadow. Some of your suggestions were to concentrate the setting spray on this area. You could spray your sponge with the setting spray and just go over those areas if you wanted to. I feel like that might give me some weird texture on my skin, so I'm just gonna use a setting spray all over my face and kind of just evenly concentrate it. This is one of the best setting sprays I've ever used that I actually feel like works. This does give you a dewier finish, so if you don't like that, you probably wouldn't like this setting spray. It helps to settle the powder into your skin as well, so if you're gonna be baking, this will help to kind of just make it look like there's not powder sitting on top of your face. With wearing glasses, I feel like there's kind of two routes that you can go. You can do a very intense eye and kind of go overboard so that when you put on glasses, it tones it down a little bit. Or since you can't really see the eyeshadow a whole lot with glasses on, which is unfortunate, what I've been liking to do is just focusing on a really big winged liner basically to make my eyes look bigger. Keep in mind I don't have prescription glasses, so sometimes they can make your eyes look bigger already. And then just doing more of a pop for the lip. If you were to go the route where you want to do more of dramatic eyeshadow, colors that look very intense or too much without frames are going to be taken down like 5 notches with frames. It is crazy. Even if you do like a bright blue or a bright purple, when you put on the frames, it really does totally take it down a few notches. Overdo it because when you put on your frames, it's gonna look not as intense. I'm gonna use that same paint pot to prime my eyes, but this is the shade Soft Ochre. Another one of the main issues I was hearing from you guys is that you can't see your face. So how the heck do you put on your makeup? Obviously, I don't have that problem, so I'm not speaking from firsthand experience, but something that I thought about was that I used to do a bunch of art, and in art class, you'd have to do this exercise where you basically have to look away from something and draw it as it's pictured. Kind of exactly like the No Mirror Makeup Challenge. You can't actually see what you're doing. Going with this middle shade right here. It's crazy what your mind can do when you go through the motions. So I would say try and just practice because you will learn your face shape. Even though you can't actually see every little detail that you're doing, try and just feel your face and learn the motions. You can also get a magnifying mirror. The other tip that I read is that you can get travel sized makeup brushes. So basically if you're standing really close to a mirror, brushes will kind of be hitting it. So in order to get really close, if you get travel sized brushes, the handle will basically be half the length so that you can stand closer to the mirror and really get in there and try and see. Now I'm gonna go in with this warmer shade right here just to deepen it up a little bit. Using contour products as eyeshadows totally work fine. I do it all the time. Okay, get it together, buddy. I'm gonna use that same highlight that we put on the face. This is actually awesome as eyeshadow as well. With the glasses on, you actually won't even really be able to see it, but it'll add just a bit more pop. If you want it even more intense, you can also wet this. And I'm gonna put this right on the inner corner. Look at that pop. I'm gonna blend that same middle shade down on the lower lash line. Typically, obviously depending on the frames that you're wearing, more of your lower lash line will actually be showing than the eyeshadow on your lids. So if you wanna do some kind of fun pop of color or something on your lower lash line, go for it. You'll probably be able to see it a lot easier than your lid color. The last main issue was mascara either hitting your glasses or not being able to wear false lashes with the glasses because they kind of just hit it or they're too long or whatever. So I would say if you're just using mascara, or actually either way, if you're going to be putting on false lashes as well, definitely curl your lashes. If you look at my face, my eyes are actually a bit more set in than the rest of my face. My face shape kind of goes out. I really never curl my lashes because they kind of just have a natural curl to them, and I feel like it holds a curl really well. But for people who have lashes that go more downwards or straight out, definitely try curling your lashes so that they go upwards rather than hitting your glasses. Every type of false lashes look different on different people depending on how long your eyes are, the shape of them, how inset they are, how far your eyes are between your brows. Some lashes that look more natural on some people will look totally dramatic on me. So I kind of went back and forth whether or not I wanted to put on false lashes in this video. I feel like on an everyday basis it's probably not worth it to try and go for false lashes, but for the sake of just showing you guys, I'm going to try something that I think might work. I have not tried this yet, but we're going to do it together. As far as actual mascara first, or if you don't want to put on false lashes, I would say find a waterproof mascara or one that does not transfer. So for me, my all-time favorite mascara that does not transfer, if I've totally powdered my lids, just find a mascara that is curling, that holds your lashes in place, and that doesn't transfer. Go for whatever mascara works for you for that. So I'm just gonna coat my lashes with this, and I'm actually only gonna be putting on false lashes on the outer half of my eye today. So I am gonna give these a full coat. Oh, I totally forgot eyeliner. Great. I guess we'll be doing eyeliner afterwards. That's okay. You definitely want to make sure your mascara is totally dried down so it doesn't have something to transfer to. So while this is drying, something else that I thought of that I don't know, this could work. I haven't really heard anyone talk about this. Since eyelash extensions, 1, don't have a liquid, so they're not going to transfer, and 2, you can make them pretty customizable as far as the length and everything. That might be something to consider if you want to have that false lash kind of look, but you wear glasses. If you do lash extensions beforehand, make sure you do your own research and make sure that's something that you want to really invest in and do, and tell the lash technician what you're going for. But to me, that sounds like something that could be a good workaround. So my usual go-to liquid liner is the Physicians Formula Eye Booster in Ultra Black, but I've been really liking this thing. It is very waterproof. You get an intense wing with this. This was $1.50 from Daiso. If I want more of an intense wing, I have been going in with this and I really like it. The only downside to this is that since it is extremely waterproof, if you mess up with this, it is not the best to clean up. So if you have issues with being able to get your winged liner right since you can't see, which is very understandable, this might not be the best one to go in with. You might want to go in with the Physicians Formula one. That one is a lot easier to clean up if you mess up. Just get a little makeup remover on a Q-tip and you can clean up the edge of your wing. Once this is on, it really isn't going to budge and there's no way to really fix it besides with concealer. And this one will transfer onto your lid if you open before it's dry, so just make sure you don't do that. I'm definitely going to go in with bottom mascara, but like I said, we're going to try out this false lash method. I went to the drugstore and I tried to find a pair of false lashes that had the shortest inner corner lashes, first third of the lash band, the shortest ones I could find, and we're actually going to put those on the outer lashes, mostly just to add volume. So these are the Kiss Ritzy lashes. On the inner corner of the lashes, they're a lot shorter than they are in this outer corner, so I'm basically going to cut these pretty much right down the middle. The idea with this is that using the inner half where it's shorter, hopefully it won't hit your glasses. I'm just going to apply these right to my outer lashes. The other option is that you could use individual lashes. They did have some really short individual lashes. I can't get down with individual lashes. It just takes forever. If you do have lashes that go a bit more straight out, this is when you would want to go back in with an eyelash curler. Looking at my lashes from the side, they're pretty much the same length as my real lashes. It just helped to add some volume. Favorite bottom lash mascara, Wet n Wild Megalength. Before I put on any glasses, I'm going to make sure everything is fully dried. So like I said, I'm going to do a few different lip looks with each frame. I'm actually using a liquid lipstick, so this is going to be super fun to rub on and rub off. The ones I've been wearing most often that I feel like can go with a lot of different outfits for me are these rectangular ones. As you can still see the highlight and the brows coming through. For a lip, I've just been liking pairing these with more of a nude lip, which you've seen on Snapchat if you follow me there. So I love this combo of liquid lipstick. This is the Sephora liquid lipstick in the shade 32, which is like a nice peachy light nude color without looking too orange. And then Wet n Wild Nudie Patootie mixed in with it. This combo to me is like the perfect light nude combo. For this next style, I think it would be kind of fun to do like an orangey red. This is the Hourglass Girl Lover. This one isn't a liquid lipstick, it's just a straight up lipstick. I really like this tone paired with these glasses. I feel like it gives a kind of a vintage vibe. For some reason, I picture this with like a white dress and jean jacket or something. Whew. Took sufficient Instagram photos of that one. Okay, so for these next frames, I kind of want to do a crazy purple lip just because I feel like these are bigger and funkier and I think it can work with them. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Paints in the shade 300. This is technically a liquid lipstick, but it doesn't dry down matte or anything. But I like this lip with it for more of a different fun option. These are the only frames that do hit my cheeks only when I smile. When I'm just talking and not smiling, they actually don't hit my cheeks a whole lot. So these next frames I love. They're more of like a cat eye, what is this, 50s, 60s, kind of Mad Men-esque. I freaking love Mad Men. I actually did a full Mad Men makeup tutorial and hair tutorial. I feel like with these frames, you could kind of go any way. It would just depend more on the outfit you're wearing. I think the one I'm gonna go with, which I've actually never worn, so I'm hoping it looks how it looks in here, is Pure Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick in Addiction. Oh yeah, ooh, I'm feeling this. So this is the final look slash pairing. I really hope that you guys found this video helpful. I did my best to find tips that are useful and that hopefully will help you out if you wear glasses or even sunglasses. There were tons of you who have gone through these struggles or found products that have helped you, so feel free to leave any advice or tips or products down below if you have any different ones than what I mentioned in the video. Help each other out down below. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Again, I'm going to leave the link for GlassesUSA.com down below in the description box along with a coupon code if you guys want to go check them out. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.
They didn't have your Brussels sprouts, and the produce guy said that.
I am hungry. Need some food.